500 is a lot of test matches, and I often wonder how it must have been back in 1932. India's team is going abroad for the first time with no expectation of winning, where putting up a fight was a win in itself, going out to England in awe, and what a journey we've traversed since then. It was a memorable first test. I'm hoping we'll get a memorable 500th as well. For me, a little more special too, because I was just a little child holding on to someone's hands, going to the Lal Bahadur Stadium to watch my first ever test match. My hero Eknath Solkar took his first catch. Abid Ali played in that. Sadly, engineer didn't, and the rain came down, and India were lucky to get away with a draw, but it was a very lucky draw. So my first test match was against New Zealand, and therefore I remember that with some fondness. But there's much more to this 500th test match. It's a start of what should be a winning streak for India that would get India back to the #1 spot in test match cricket. They missed it by a whisker. They missed it because of bad drainage in the West Indies. And now it's in their control to go back and become #1. Conditions will be in their favor. And I've long been a huge advocate of home conditions. You must have home conditions whether you're playing Davis Cup tennis or whether you're playing test matches, because one of the great joys of test match cricket is to see teams playing in difficult conditions and overcoming. That's an integral part of test match cricket. So I won't be surprised at all if India play in home conditions, and the selectors have given Virat Kohli and Anil Kumble every possible combination to take advantage of these home conditions. I mean, you look at the series against South Africa. India wanted to play 3 spinners and 2 quicks. India can do that now. You want to play 3 spinners and just 1 quick, play the extra batsman at 6, you can do that now. You think 2 and 2 is enough, you can do that now. And there's enough candidates for each position. So I think this is a wonderful selection. You've got 7 batsmen in your squad. You can play 5 if you want, you can play 6 if you want, you can play Rahul at 3 if you want, you can play Pujara at 3 if you want. So India have all the options. Sometimes having too many is not such a good thing, but India have all the options going in to try and make a winning start with this 500th. There are a couple of factors India will have to be careful about. Sometimes you prepare a surface to suit your own strengths and it can backfire. India have got 3 spinners, but India also played with 3 spinners in Mumbai on a vicious track. Kevin Pietersen played one of the great innings of all time, and England actually won with Monty Panesar and Graham Swan. So you've got to be careful, because I think New Zealand are coming with 3 spinners. Certainly Santner is probably the most qualified among those. They've got another finger spinner in Craig. And in Indian conditions, the finger spinners tend to do better than the wrist spinner. So I think the greater threat will come from the Santners and Craigs rather than from the Sodhis. But I mean, you've got to back the greater pedigree in spin that India has. But as Harbhajan Singh has said, sometimes if you go too far on one side, you can get caught in the web that you have spun for somebody else.